Hello and welcome back to part 3 of this video tutorial series where we are learning how to sculpt Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. If you're new here, I would consider going back to part 1 and following each video so that you know what's going on. If you're into sculpting and you want to learn, this is a great little video tutorial series that is just very simple, very basic, just teaches you the basics of sculpting and object mode and selections and those kinds of things. It's not too overwhelming, I hope. And yeah, let's get into it. If you're new, first of all, please consider subscribing and liking and sharing with a friend or family member that you know who loves 3D art or sculpting or Blender, or who wants to get into this kind of stuff. And also, if you just love Lilo and Stitch, or you know someone who loves Lilo and Stitch, please send it to them. I would greatly appreciate the support and the likes and the views. And yeah, thanks again. And if you are a returning viewer, obviously, thank you for following all the way. And thank you for clicking on part 3. I hope that when you look at your screen, you have something that resembles this at this stage. If not, don't panic. Just go back to part 1, try again. It's all about practice and trying and trying different things. So yeah, but anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this so far. Sorry, my voice is a little off today, but I'm going to try and power through. And I want us to try and actually finish this in this video today. So yeah, let's get into it. Grab a cup of coffee or a tea or a hot chocolate and let's do this. Now, first of all, I want to thank one of you in the comment section reminded me of a shortcut that I used to use in the past but forgot about. And that's changing the basically selecting which object you want to work with without going here to object mode and sculpt mode. So you can stay in sculpt mode, and then let's say I'm working on I'm sculpting the head and I want to move to the ear. I don't have to go to object mode and then select the ears and go back to sculpt mode. What you can do is you can just press Alt Q while hovering over that object. So let's say I'm on the head now. I can sculpt the head. I want to move to the ears. I just hover over the ears with my mouse and press Alt Q, and it'll switch to that object. That's on PC. I think on Mac it's Option Q or something like that. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's try and finish this bad boy today, and then you'll have something you can show to your friends and family, or put in a portfolio, or just play around with it and render it out. Yeah, or put it on Instagram or whatever you want to do. So let's do this. So today, I think we're gonna put in the tongue and the teeth and the toenails and the eyes, and just give it some final details and shade it up, and then set up some basic lighting and render it out. It might be too long for one video, so it could go over 2 videos, but let's do our best. So let's do this. Let's go over here to the jawbone, or the jaw, and I want to go to add, reduce my brush size a little. And what I want to do is add in a little bit of the gum layer, so that I basically want more. I need gums here for the teeth, but we don't have enough subdivisions in here to add that. So what we're going to do again is we're going to go press R, scale this down nice and small, something like 0.2 will work for now, and then Control R to subdivide. I actually didn't want it to look so flat. It's not too bad. Let's go hit the smooth tool, upscale the brush a little bit, and just smooth out the jaw a little bit to get rid of that square texture. Alrighty, that's looking fine. And then we're going to go to draw. I want to add symmetry. Make this slightly smaller, and then just start sculpting in the gum section. Not too much, just enough to of an area to place the teeth. So the back section will be a little thicker, or supposed to be actually. I wasn't looking at my reference, so forgive me for that. Always look at your reference, guys. This is one thing that's important. And I think that'll work. It's not too bad. And then just hit smooth tool. I want to scale this up and just smooth it out a little bit. Very nice. And then we've got something resembling the bottom jaw where we can place the teeth. And let's go now. Before we continue, I noticed when I was looking at the reference image that the nose of this character is too small. So save that. I want to just select the nose, and while looking at my reference, just scale this up by pressing S. Move it back slightly. Just make sure that I've, representing this character as closely as I can. I think that looks fine. It needs to be nice and big. Stitch has that really big nose in between the eyes, so I think that's fine. All right, let's go back to the head. Now it's time to really start adding some detail in here. I am getting ahead of myself, but I don't want to add too much detail at this stage, but enough so I can add the teeth in. So I'm going to go to sculpt. I want to give it more subdivisions, make it smaller, maybe around 0.2, 0.3. Let's make it smaller, 0.2, and then Control R. Damn! We're gonna have to smooth this out. So make a nice big brush, zoom out, go to smooth tool, and just smooth out all these these square blocks because it looks terrible. All right, that looks good. Now let's go to the bottom view. I want to go back to draw and I hold Control because I want to push this in a little bit. Very nice. And create something that resembles the inside of the mouth, which looks fine. I think that looks fine. We might have to just pull this out. So let's go to the grab mode. A nice big brush and just pull this out slightly. Not too much, but make sure that's up because it curves around and down and in again like a smile. All right. Something like that. Very cool. Now let's go back to draw mode, make this brush smaller, and we're gonna insert by holding Control. Just start brushing in these little cavities for the eye sockets. Let's just undo that. Make sure your brush isn't too strong. And try that again. Control. Nice big eye area. Something like that. I know it looks quite creepy at this stage. But hopefully it'll look better eventually. I'm going to zoom in. Make my brush a little smaller. And just add a little bit of these eyebrow ridges. Something like that. Maybe a little more. So it is using a mouse is not the easiest because you don't have pressure sensitivity. So if you're going to do this professionally and in the long run, I would suggest getting a Cintiq. But yeah, if you don't have that or can't afford it, obviously, then this will do. It's what you make it, you know. So the more you practice, the more you try. It's really up to you what you can do. Don't let nobody tell you different. Let's go to smooth, nice and big. Just smooth it out a little bit. All right. Go to draw. Add a little bit of a bump in the middle there. All right. Cool. Let's go to scrape. Turn the radius down, hold control, and I want to just scrape here in the middle. Maybe I should try draw sharp and hold control. Come to the middle here. And just, yeah, there we go. I just want to draw this line in. Okay, let's undo that because I was holding control. When you're on draw sharp, it's already on minus, so don't hold control. Because what you want to do is scrape a line in here. That's going to create that signature, that little, where the lips come together. That looks alright. And then, I think that looks okay for now. Let's go to the draw mode. Make a brush size small, add 2 double ridges. As you can see on the reference. Cool. Save that. We can go to the nose. So to switch to the nose object, just hold Alt Q. So press Alt and Q while hovering over it, and it'll switch to the nose. I think if Mac is Option Q, just double check. Then I want to, again, we want to subdivide. So press R or remesh, make it nice and small, 0.2. Left click and then press Control R to apply. Go to smooth tool, make your brush larger, just smooth it out nicely. Very nice. And go to draw, radius, make it smaller. And we're gonna draw in the nostrils. So hold Control and just push in this area to shape the nostrils. Now you could make the brush stronger and start pushing in this nostril area. Not too much, just it doesn't have to be overdone. But yeah, I mean, I think that'll work. Something like that. Very cool. Now, what we want to do is, I think let's add some teeth and toenails. So let's do that. But I want to do that in object mode. So I'm going to switch back here to object mode. And then I'm going to go Shift A to add mesh. I'm going to add a UV sphere. I want to add a little bit more subdivisions. So down here, when you added the sphere, you can click on this little box in the corner on the arrow, go to segments, and just increase those segments and rings. Something like that. Then I'm going to pull this up into the mouth, scale it down slightly. And now we're just going to go scale by pressing S and scale it on the Z axis by pressing Z, and then scale it down. Left click. Very nice. Move this down. and forward. Go to rotate. Just rotate it slightly to sit in the mouth area, maybe a little smaller by scaling it down again. Rotate it a little bit more. Move tool, move it up. And now we've got the tongue, which we can shape. So let's do that. So let's go to sculpt. All right, and we're gonna go press R to remesh. Something around I don't know, 0.36 will be fine. Left click, Control R to remesh. Zoom out, go to smooth tool, smooth that over. Now you want to go to draw mode, scale your brush down, go to mirror mode up here, and then just hold Control and draw in the back there. Just push that down a little bit. And you can obviously, sorry, I'm sorry, I'm actually Afrikaans because I'm South African, so sometimes I struggle with my English, so I do apologize for that. So just have some patience, or please have patience with me. I'm gonna go to grab, increase my radius of my brush, and then just pull this area out and just shape it for something that resembles a tongue. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is our first, or if this is your first ever sculpt, it doesn't have to be perfect. You learn as you go. Control S to save. I think that's good enough. Let's go back to object mode and let's start adding in some teeth. So same, we're gonna go add another UV sphere by pressing Shift A to add, go to mesh, add a UV sphere. We're gonna bring this up and scale it down, bring it forward, down, scale it down, move it to the side. We're going to go to this view. I'm just trying to place it in position for the bottom row of teeth, the first one on the right in the middle. So there we go. I think that works. Let's go to, we can mirror these afterwards. So for now, let's just go to sculpt mode, and we're gonna just get the grab tool, scale down our brush, and just try and grab it and pull it up and out. Zoom in a bit, a little bit out, up and out, a little bit in, zoom out a bit, and you're just gonna shape it, just like you shape clay. A little bit at a time, push and pull and prod and until you get something that resembles the tooth. Doesn't have to be perfect, again, something that looks like a tooth. And yeah, I think that looks fine. Go back to object mode, move it down a little bit, and there's your first tooth. He's like a baby, he was just born. Cool. And what we're gonna do is we're literally just gonna duplicate this all the way through and just reshape the teeth as we need to. So we're gonna select that, press Shift D to duplicate, press enter, make sure you got your move tool selected, select the blue plane here and just shift it to the side. So he's got a small one there and then one big tooth over here, so you can just press S to scale that up. Rotation tool, rotate it around a little more, move tool, and yeah, just try and place it into position while always look at your reference, and shift wherever you can. Just move it around, play with it until it looks like it fits the place. We can always go, once we've distributed the teeth, we can go back to each one and just reshape them a little bit in sculpt mode. But for now, we just want to place them. Literally just place them where we want them. So that's fine. Save. Now we're going to duplicate again. Shift D, enter. Move it on with this little blue plane. Click and drag. Bring it up. Bring it out a bit. So it seems like this tooth needs to be really big. And then they go smaller as they go in. Very cool. Duplicate, enter. Move it. Move it up. We're going to rotate it a little bit to point inward. Very nice, very nice. Move tool out slightly. And then one more tooth. Duplicate, enter. Shift it back, up. Bring it out a little bit. Scale it down slightly. There you go. We got some teeth. That looks quite vicious, actually. So we might have to just round them out to give them a less scary vibe, because it is supposed to be a friendly kids character. And at the moment they look like T-Rex teeth. So we'll have to just reshape that. But for now, I mean, that works. It's not bad at all. And then what we can do later is we're gonna just add a modifier. So you can click the tooth, go to modifiers, add modifier, search, type mirror, and then make sure you right click on your object. Let's go up here first, go to object, apply all transforms, and then right click on your object, say set origin to 3D cursor, and change our mirrors from X to Y. It depends on which way your character's facing. You might have to mirror this tooth on X and not Y, but mine is on Y. And yeah, so it literally just duplicates it to the other side, and it spares you a lot of time having to recreate all of that stuff. So just keep that in mind. So before we do that, I'm going to go to each tooth, go to object, apply, all transform, right click, set origin to 3D cursor, and do that with each tooth. So object, apply, all transform, right click, set origin, 3D cursor. Set origin, 3D cursor. Select, object, apply, all transforms, right click, set origin, 3D cursor. And now you can go to each tooth and add a mirror modifier on the Y axis. And there you go, you got a whole bottom row of teeth. This looks this looks so scary. It just looks like he's got two holes in his head and super pointy, scary teeth. This looks like a nightmare. But hopefully by the end of this video, it will hopefully look a little bit like Stitch and not a creepy monster. But hey, if it does, I mean, it works, you know. All right, let's go. Let's do the the top row of teeth while we're on a roll. So again, I'm just going to select this one, Shift D to duplicate, enter, and I'm going to move it up. Now I'm going to deactivate the mirror for now by clicking this real-time display. And I'm going to right click it and say set origin to geometry just for now while we're working on this. And we'll have to just reapply all those settings when we're done. So we got our tooth here. Go to rotate. I'll just say rotate by pressing R, and I'm going to rotate it on the X axis. So press X and then type 180 on your keyboard and press enter. So it flips it 180 degrees. We're going to move that up into the top part of the jaw, and then look at our reference and kind of see where this tooth sits. All right, let's go to rotate it a bit. And I want to go back to sculpt mode and try and just smooth it out a little bit. This tooth is way too sharp. It looks way too scary. So I'm going to go to the grab tool and push it in a bit. And then I want to pull out the sides a little bit. Maybe go to the smooth tool and just smooth it out a little bit, so it doesn't look too terrifying. Grab, push it in a little bit more. Just a nice rounded little tooth. A little tooth. Go to our grab, our move tool. Yeah. So we got something, I think that looks fine. Not amazing, but it's fine. It'll work. All right, cool. Let's start duplicating. So Shift D, enter. Let's move that over. Bring it down, scale that up quite a bit. This is quite a large tooth. Move it in, move it over, move it down, shake it all around, scale it up. Let's go to rotate, rotate it slightly. All right. Move it in a little bit more. Cool. Let's go back to sculpt mode, and now we try, while looking at the reference, try and shape this tooth, kind of what we see on our reference here. Just little bit by little bit, pull on it like a piece of clay. Yeah, I mean, I think that looks fine. Didn't need much editing. So go back to object mode, save. I think that looks fine. Now we just duplicate, enter, move that over and down, scale it down by pressing S, a little bit bigger. And we're just gonna rotate it a little bit, move. And you're just gonna place these teeth one by one. You're gonna reshape them, move them around, place them where they need to go. Doesn't have to be perfect, like I said previously. Now looking at the reference again, it kind of seems, again, like this tooth is too small. And maybe this one too. So make it a little bigger. This one, scale up, even nice and fat. Move it in. That looks better. This one, nice and big. In a little bit. Not bad. Shift D, duplicate, enter. Move it back. We're just gonna go and place them one by one. Scale it down a little bit. And so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 teeth. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that looks fine. Cool. Now you're gonna save that. Go to the first tooth, unhide, and now you can see nothing's happened because we have to go object, apply, all transform, and right click, set origin, 3D cursor. Unhide, object, apply, all transforms. Cool. Left click, object, apply, all transform, unhide, Last one, unhide, object, apply, all transform. Save. And there you go, we got some teeth. Now the top teeth look pretty accurate to the reference. They rounded, you know, they Disney vibe, chill. But I gotta say, these bottom ones look terrifying. They're absolutely terrifying and they look dangerous. So we gotta work on these a little bit. So let's go back to this one. Let's go into sculpt mode. Get your grab tool. And let's just try and make this a little bit more child friendly. Pull it out, round it out a bit, like that. And the top is way too sharp, so we're gonna push that in, make it nice and fat. Just nice and round. Just make it round and friendly. Same with the next one. Oh, sorry, I didn't have to do that. Remember I said you could just press Alt Q and it'll swap objects. So yeah, do that. Push it in a little bit. Yeah, it looks a little better. Child-friendly teeth. Alt Q to swap to that one. Bring in the sharpness. Zoom out, make it taller. Fatten it up a little bit. Yeah, that's looking much better. Alt Q, shape it a little bit. I think that's all we need. Not too much. Save. And there we go. We got some teeth. We got a nose. We got some ridges on the nose. We got some eye cavities, which is creepy. We got a tongue. Yeah, we getting there. It is starting to look like something, I'll tell you. What I am noticing is I don't think his head is round enough. So let's go Alt Q to select the head. Get the grab tool. Make it really big, the radius of the brush. And just pull out the head a little bit. And make it nice and wide. It looks a little bit better. A little bit more friendly. Nice wide head. I think that's better. Save that. Cool. What are we gonna do next? It's one thing at a time, you know. This is how it goes. Sculpting can take hours and hours and hours. The more time you put in, the better it will look at the end of the day. So it really depends on the person and how much time you have per project. But it's getting there. I was actually thinking these feet are too close. So go to object mode. Select the feet. I'm going to unhide that. Go to rotation. Right click on the foot. Say set origin to geometry. Rotate that outward slightly. That looks a little better. Unhide. Now we want to say object apply all transform. There we go. Now select the foot. Same thing. Hide. Right click, set origin to geometry. Go to object. Let's move this foot up. Go to rotation. Rotate it outwards. A little bit better. Unhide. Object. Apply all transform. There we go. So now the feet are a little bit wider. They're not merging into the forearms. And we can actually see the little toe. It looks a little bit better. This is looking cool, if I say so myself. I can already see this little character coming to life. I hope you guys are enjoying this series so far. If you do, please consider subscribing. I know it's not, sometimes you don't want to subscribe because, you know, I'm very specific about it myself. Like, I've got my subscriber list and I only subscribe to specific people. And I don't want like hundreds of subscriptions on my YouTube channels, but I would love it if you guys gave me a subscribe. I would be so super honored that you would do that and like this video, because I think if you like it, then the YouTube algorithm would like say, yeah, this is a good video, people are liking it, they're commenting in the comment section, and then the algorithm kind of picks it up and sends it out. So even if it's just something silly in the comment section, just like cool, enter, you know, but it does help a lot. So again, thank you so much for joining in. We are making progress. Not sure if we'll finish in this video, but we are getting there. I don't want to rush it as well, especially if you're new to sculpting, because it might overwhelm you. It's good to do it in little increments, and then at the end of the day, like small victories, but at the end you got something nice. But yeah, anyway, thanks again. Let's continue. Next we want to add some toenails. Yeah, let's do some toenails. This is going to be super simple. In object mode, we're going to go just Shift A, go to Mesh, add a UV sphere, move this outwards, scale it down, and we're just going to place this sphere on one of the toes. Right there, scale it down, move it into place. Nice, look at that. Like a little bit smaller. Yeah, look at that little stubby toenail. I love it. I love it. And we just gotta duplicate this a few times. Duplicate, Shift D, move it, drop it with left click, move it up. You can move objects by just pressing G and then moving your mouse around. You can definitely do that. Or you can move them on the axis, on the X and Y and Z, or you can grab these planes and move them along the horizontal plane. It's really up to you. Whatever works. Sometimes you'll have to use a variation of move, I don't want to say skills, but like techniques, variation of moving techniques to get it into place. But it's a little bit at a time. Shift D, move it, enter, scale it down slightly. Let's go this way, G to move, drop it. That looks fine. A little bit larger, a little bit out. And last one, Shift D, move it, left click. G, move, left click. And that looks fine. Because we still need to remesh this foot and then really add some more detail in here for the feet. But this is I gotta say myself, it's looking nice. I like it. All right, Control S. I think this video is getting a little bit long, so I'm gonna rush just a little bit. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna finish all the modeling and the basic sculpting, and then in the next video we can start adding textures and lighting and set up our scene and render this out. So yeah, let's do that. So super quick, we got the toenails in. Love it. We're gonna mirror that. Object, search, mirror, y-axis, right click, set origin to 3D cursor. Very nice. And just do that for all of them. Set origin 3D. Next toe. Mirror, search, mirror, y-axis, right click, 3D cursor. Super quick. Right, we got our toenails in for the feet, the back feet, and now we got to do the front toes. So we can literally just grab this sphere, duplicate it, and move it. We're gonna remove the mirror. We're gonna right click, set origin to geometry. I want to move it into place. Just like that. Very cool. We're gonna go to sculpt. Get our grab tool. And for this, I'm not gonna have the mirror sculpting on. Just single side. Make radius smaller. Grab this toe in the front and drag it out. Drag it out. Very cool. want to push it in slightly. I want to go to object and then object mode, apply all transforms. Right click, set origin geometry, go back to sculpt. Right. And now just work it baby, to look like a toenail while looking at your reference. That's all you gotta do. Small victories, a little bit at a time. Push it in, shape it. It's literally like working with a piece of clay, just digitally. There we go. That kind of looks like a, I think. Don't want it to be too big, but yeah, I think that looks fine. Cool. Object mode, Shift D to duplicate, move that over to the next toe, rotate slightly. G to move. I think that looks fine. Object, apply, all transform. Right click, origin, geometry, go back to sculpt mode. Alright, and now this one looks a little bit different. It's got a bit of a bump on the front, like that. And it comes in a little bit here. Something like that, I don't know. I think the tip is a little flatter. Oop, undo. Flattened, and this tip was a little bit on a sharp side. Something like that. Oh, it's a little crooked. Push it in. And I'm using my grab tool again. I use this all the time for sculpting. All the time. It works so well. That looks good. Save. Last one. Go to object. Duplicate. Move. Move it around. Rotate it. Zoop. Up. Undo. Move it on with the blue circle. Yes, that's looking good. Ooh, my gosh. I love this. It looks good. Look at this. It looks like him. I love it. A little bit of sculpting needed. We're going to go back to sculpt mode. This one toenail looks very crooked to me, so we're just going to push that down a bit. And we're not going to do major stuff to it. We're just going to reshape it a little bit, give it some variety. I'm not happy with this one, so I'm going to go back by pressing hover over it, Alt Q to select, and then just push the top part in. It needs to be a little bit flatter on the sides. Yes, I like it. I like it a lot. Very cool. And then go back to object mode. Now I do notice something here. When I mirror these toenails, they're gonna overlap and they're gonna go into one another. So what we might have to do is apply the mirror, separate the left foot, and rotate it the other way slightly. I think we're gonna have to do that. So let's do that. So save. For now, we're gonna select the toe, apply, search, mirror. Oh, not bevel. Ah, come on. Search, mirror, X, apply, object, apply, all transform. Very cool. So one at a time, let's do that with all of them. Object, apply, all transform. Last one. Mirror, object, apply, all transform on the Y. So see what I'm talking about? It's merged. You don't want that. We do not want that to happen. So actually on the last toenail, I'm not going to apply a mirror. What I'm going to do is select the paws, go to apply, select this little arrow, apply mirror. Now we actually have two objects, two paws in our scene, not just like a fake mirror. We're going to go into edit mode. Now we need to separate these. So I'll go to the press A to select all, backspace to hide everything else and just show these objects, go to the top view, go to X-ray view, go to vertex selection, box selection, click and drag, and only select the one side of the paw. You only want the one paw on the one side. Once you've selected all of that, it's important that you are in X-ray mode, so it selects all vertices. You're going to right click, go to separate, selection, go back to object mode, unhide by pressing backspace, go back to removing X-ray view. Now you've got two separate objects. So for this one, I'm going to go right click, set origin to geometry. I'm going to Shift D, duplicate this nail. Right click, set origin to geometry. Go to rotation, rotate it with the blue circle. Just kind of move it into place where I think it belongs. Then I'm going to select all the nails. And so hold shift, select the first nail, then hold shift. Select the second one and the third one. Release. No, I've made a boo-boo. I made a boo-boo. We need to separate these nails as well. So we're going to go apply mirror. Apply mirror. Select these, go into backspace to view them. We're going to go select the first one, edit mode, X-ray view, box selection, select them, select the one side, right click, separate selection. Go to the second toe, go to edit, X-ray view, box selection, select, right click, separate selection. Go to object, backspace again, remove X-ray. Now you've got, these are all individual toenails now, they're not mirrored anymore. So on this one, go right click, set origin to geometry, select set origin geometry. Now you're gonna left click on the first toenail, hold shift, select this one and this one, release, hold shift, select the paw, release, right click, parent, object. Now these toenails are connected to this paw. So if I move this paw, the toenails will follow. I know that could have been a lot, and I apologize, but at least you have the video. You can pause it or slow it down or just skip back and try and follow those steps. We're going to go to rotation mode, select the paw, rotate it slightly. And now there's no overlap. Yeah, just like that. Very nice. Very, very nice. Save. All right, so we got toenails, we got teeth, we got a tongue. It is time to add the eyeballs. All right. So how do we want to do this? There's so many ways to do this. Because if you look at the reference, I'll pull up my reference here. You've got that circle, and then you've got the eyeball inside. So currently we just have the socket. And when we're going to go and shade this and give it color, I want this to be separate objects, not one single mesh. Yeah, so that's what I want them to be, separate objects. So let's do that. So I'm going to add a new UV sphere. I'm going to move this up, go to front view, move this, scale it down, move it forward. I want to place it in this eye socket. Okay. And then what I want to do, I'm actually going to go S to scale, press X, just flatten it slightly. Then I'm going to rotate it and try and gently place it in this space. Very cool. Object, apply, all transforms. Right click, set origin, geometry. Go to sculpt mode. Then so this will be the light blue outer ring. This is not the eyeball. So I'm going to go to grab, and I want to just grab this and maneuver it into place. Try and replicate that blue area. It's going to follow the eyebrow line like that. Yes, it's looking good. And then I want to push it in slightly, because we still need to put an eyeball in this area. So keep that in mind. So yeah. What we will do is we're going to remesh this and make another cavity here for the eye. But these will basically be like little eye bags. Bring this in on the edges slightly, on the sides of where the eye will be. Consider these, well, these are the eyelids actually, now that I look at it. So this will be the top eyelid and the bottom eyelid. So we need to push it in the middle a little bit. So these are the eyelids. So it's a separate object, and we can apply a different color to it to create that light blue color. Now that we've got that socket done, I'm going to go to object mode, mirror, set origin. Oh, you could just go object, apply all transforms. Change it to Y. Now you've got eye bags for both sides. Nice eye bags. And again, I think the nose is still too small. It's bothering me. So let's select it, make it nice and big. And that looks more, it just adds to that silliness and that character. And I think that's what they were going for. So yeah, we got a nice big nose. And it's looking a little bit more like Stitch now. We're getting there slowly but surely. What I'm going to do is select this eye bag. We're going to remesh, go to sculpt mode first, press R, make it nice and small, something like a 0.02, left click, then press Control R to remesh, go to smooth, zoom out, smooth it over. Alright, very nice, very nice. And then we're going to add the eyeball. Go to object, left click, mesh, UV sphere, front view, G to move, and just move it into place. Side view, push it forward. Nice big black eyeball. It's gonna have to be quite big. Move it in. Just try and place it inside of that area. And then what we're going to do is we're going to sculpt the eye bags around the eyeball. But at this stage, Stitch looks tired instead of excited. So what we're going to do, make this quite large, push it. Oh, I accidentally pressed H, which will hide that object. So we can always press Control H. Oh, no, sorry. Alt H, and it will unhide all hidden objects. So because I did that, remember in the beginning we hid our camera and light, it brought those back. But you can just select your camera, press H, select your light, press H, and it will hide that. Quick little mini tutorial for you there. And what I want to do is actually scale this eyeball. So go to the front view. I'm gonna backspace to see the eyeball. Go to the front view. Press S to scale. Scale it on the y-axis and make it a little bit elongated. I know that's weird for an eyeball, but for these characters, it seems to be the thing that works. Backspace. Rotate. Turn it a little bit. Now we gotta rotate it in, out, move, push it in. No, we gotta rotate this all the way. You're just gonna have to play with this. You're gonna have to rotate it and play with it and reshape it until you got something that works. It's definitely not. It can be quite tedious, but it'll be worth it in the end. All right. Maybe move it down a little bit to be in the center. Well, there's the eyeball. We got an eyeball. I think that works. So you can see I elongated the eyeball slightly and squished it in on the side. So it's like an oval egg, but it's flat, a little flatter on the sides and wider on the other sides. Almost like a Smartie. You know, Smartie, sweet. I don't know. Do you guys have Smarties overseas? I don't know. But yeah, it's like a little candy that is a little like a fat flying saucer. All right. And then just try and position it until you get something like that. Let's go into X-ray view. Hopefully you can see better what I've got. So it's elongated this way. If you go to the top view and you look at his head, that's his nose, that's his tail. His eyeball is elongated along this line and flatter this way. I hope that helps or makes sense. You can right click shade smooth. And then what we want to do is we can object apply all transforms and add a mirror on the y-axis, and then you got the eyeballs. And it is coming along. I must say, our Stitch just looks high or tired. So, I don't know. He doesn't look excited. He looks extremely tired. But we still need to do some sculpting on the head itself to try and create a more excited look than like a tired look. He just looks like he hasn't slept in 10 years or something like that. It's hard being an alien from space, obviously. But we basically have our Stitch. I guess in the next video, we will just smooth everything out and then start lighting and setting up the scene and rendering it. So, but we've made some progress. What we can do is try and make some of this chest hair, if you guys want. So we can go to that one. And then we can go to right click, set origin to geometry. We can go to sculpt, press R, nice and small, 0.01, left click, control R, go to smooth it out. And then what we'll do is we'll go to the snake hook, make the radius small, and we're gonna just snake hook some of this chest hair. Nice and small, zoom in more. Just literally grab it and pull it. And then one below, grab it and pull it. And one more, grab and pull. So you got a little bit of chest hair. It's not perfect, but it's something. Obviously you can see there's low geometry. So all you do is remesh. So you're gonna go to R, make it a little bit smaller, 0.009, left click, control R to remesh. And then we just zoom out, a large radius, and just smooth everything over a little bit. Make sure the other side is smooth as well. But you got some chest hair. Look at that. It's a little sharp, but it works. And we'll probably do the same on the top of the head later. Once we, start sculpting this a little bit more and working it through. Alt Q to switch to the head. Go to move, radius down, and just drag this in. You don't want that to stick out of the nostrils. That's the inside of the head. But yeah, let's look at this. Let's see. Let's pull these out the side of the eyes a little bit and push them in. This side needs to be in a little bit. We've got to try and get him to look excited and not tired. So that's going to be quite the process to see if we could pull that off. Select the eye bags, Alt Q. Just drag them out a little bit more. I don't know why he looks so tired. Damn. I'm gonna Alt Q, select the head, bring these up a bit. I think because there needs to be more top eyelid than bottom eyelid for him to look happy. So we gotta try and replicate that. Pull this back more. Alt Q to select eye bags, bring them out, shape them in place. Yeah, we need more top eyelid than bottom. Then it might look a little bit more happy than tired. Poor thing. It's not easy being an alien, running away from the space force. Looks a little better. Yeah. And there we go. Yeah, see, it's really starting to look like something. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling pretty proud of this. I think we've come a long way. And yeah, basically in our next video, I think this video is quite long already, so I'm going to stop here. And in our next video, we should finish this. We're like 80% there. Just a few more touches on the ears, add the hair strands on the head, smooth things over a little bit, and then we're gonna just set up the scene and put some colors in and render it out, and then obviously what we're gonna do as well. So let's just go to the head quick and just make it a little bit more round. It looks like you got hit in the back of the head. Hit in the back of the head, yeah. And then, oh my gosh, look at that head shape. That is not right. Bring that out a little bit. Needs to be round. That's better. Okay, so yeah, we'll like I was saying before I got distracted, we will render this out, and yeah, that'll be that. It's looking good, I think. It's definitely getting there. Yeah, that's it. We'll end there for now. And again, thanks again for tuning in to this video tutorial series on how to sculpt Stitch. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you're learning something. If you do, please subscribe, like, share, comment, and tell your friends about it and your family. Tell everyone about it. I would love that. Thank you so much. And yeah, just thank you for taking the time to watch my videos. I'm super honored. And I will see you guys on the next one, which will be the last video of this series. And then also comment in the comment section and tell me which video we should do next. What should we model next? What do you guys want to learn and to model next? Let me know in the comment section. I'll see you next time.